Boy, she does not want to give up the ghost.
Hi, I'm Chris. Welcome to my grand adventure of restoring an old, crumbling Buster Brown shoe factory. With, well, not much more than a dream and a whole lot of duct tape. I've got zero experience, a shoestring budget, and 0 pairs of gloves. Oh yeah, and also enough mistakes to fill this gigantic building about twice over. But thanks to some truly amazing friends I've met along the way, I'm slowly, very slowly, figuring it out. So join me, and with a little luck, we'll breathe some life back into it. One disaster at a time.
Yeah. I ordered some new numbers for the overhang there, and they should be here any day now. You're looking pretty comfy, Bob.
Yeah, I actually like it down here, so. It only gets ugly when I try to get up.
Well, that white's a shocking difference. It does not work here, but it definitely makes an impression.
Not a good impression, but an impression.
That's going to tie all that really nice trim work in, right? Like.
Yeah.
Well, we decided to leave the door white. Just kidding. Got a nail.
That wasn't good. I just hit the.
You ruined the building.
I know.
Good thing it's light
That
touch.
ain't coming out.
You want to get the flat bar?
We're gonna have to do something. That's a big one.
Okay. So Bob just found kind of a curiosity. So he's like, "What was there? What was that circle?" Had been painted around, and I was like, "I don't know, maybe a doorbell." And then we noticed, or he noticed this thing right here, and so we're guessing that there was a pipe that came up here and here, and it made a handrail.
Well, no, if you remember in the old pictures, there was a fence that went all the way up both sides of this.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, let's see if there's more. No, I don't see them. But also, in the very early days, there was a wall right here. We have a historical photo we can show you that basically came out to here. And then they just took this whole part off. So this is probably a handrail or a fence of some kind. I love finding little details like that because not only is it interesting in the building, but those are quirky little things that I can do without much trouble or much expense or effort and bring the building back to original. So we know there was a little handrail or a little fence portion there. We can recreate that, so that's awesome. Speaking of old changes, right out here in the front lot, there used to be a dance hall. So when they put up the building, they put up an additional separate building as like a community center for all of the workers. So there was this, and there was another building out back. And I'm thinking those might be responsible for the pictures that I can't identify, the historical photographs that I have. So, because there is nothing that lines up in the building anywhere that makes sense. So, it's not very likely that they were taken in the dance hall, but there was another gigantic building out behind this building, and it's possible they were from there. But that kind of brings me to something I wanted to bring up. I do have quite the collection of historical photos that I got from the library, not the library, I got from the Genealogical Society that is kind of based at the library. So that was really kind of them to give me those, but we're trying to find out as much about the building as we can. So if anybody here locally is watching this channel and you have any like old Buster Brown Shoe Company pictures in your closet or in your old photo albums that Grandma gave you, I would love to get scans of those. If you could even like take a photo of them with your phone and just email those to me. That would be amazing, because anything we can do to find out about the building, learn about the building, all that is super helpful for us. So I'm gonna put my email, just like I always do, below. If you guys have something and you would be willing to send me a scan or a photo of it or whatever, that would be awesome. So find that in the description. Okay, good morning. It is super brisk, super cold, but that sun is just kind of radiating through. It's so nice just to stand right here, because the building's kind of blocking the wind. I could stand there all day, but sadly I gotta go in this cold brick building. Today, I'm gonna go out front. I got to hang up a mailbox because I have the new numbers for the building coming. So we've been working on the front end, and I'm really having problems with the delivery guys not leaving packages, because they're like, that looks like an abandoned building, and they're afraid to leave them because they don't want to be responsible for delivering to the wrong place. But if I can get numbers out there, then I think that'll hopefully reassure them that it's the right place, and they'll leave the packages. So. Ooh. There used to be a mailbox out here, but I don't know where it's at. Let me see if I can get this guy open. All right. I think we brought it in, maybe. So this is gonna be, I'm gonna try to just mount this up to the window here, because it's just temporary. I'm working on that package delivery box, and I don't want to put it on the door. It used to hang right here. But we're painting the doors and doing all that stuff, so I think I'll just put it over here to the side, and hopefully that'll get me by until I can come up with a permanent solution. How does that even work? He's delivering the number of the building, but he needs the number of the building to deliver it, so. And I hope he's not opening my package, so I guess, anyway, I need to find, I'm spacing out. Okay, that is our temporary mailbox. That doesn't want to close. Hopefully they can even see that from the street. We'll find out. Okay, so last night I got this truck full of these 8x8 glass blocks, and I have a special use for them. They've got kind of like a mid-century vibe to them, right? Mid-century modern vibe, I guess. I don't know I can't classify everything in terms of furniture design throughout the century, but they seem like 50s to me, 50s, 60s maybe. But this whole front end of the building, that's when it was installed, like late 40s, early 50s, I think. So we have that front end that we're diligently working on. We got this window on the, there's some painting going on here. On the other side of this window is where our bathrooms are gonna be. And this window is basically 80.5 inches by 82.5 inches, which is perfect for 8-inch glass block. So it's like super snug fit with enough room for mortar, and we'll have that. And then, you know, it'll let light in. It'll be amazing in the bathroom. I don't know how transparent it's gonna be, but we can cope with that. We can frost them or whatever on the inside. And it'll let light in, but it won't, won't be visible for any peeping toms or whatever. So I feel like on this whole front end, we've really kind of picked up pace. Wheels are turning, things are happening. We got our permit for Sparky to install our electric. And there are just, I think, 3 major super expensive things that we have to worry about. Oh, somebody's here. So my friend Jake and his family are back to help again, and we're doing some outdoor tidying up. It's like I'm kind of ashamed because they were here last time and helped me clean out. We got the big trees out beside the building there. And last time I was here, the primer pump on my chainsaw went out and I wasn't able to maintain it. It's kind of grown back. So it's a little bit shameful for me. But they came loaded for Bear today. He's got his little garden tractor and he made quick work of that, which is awesome. So right where those 2 brass numbers go is where I'll put the numbers I ordered. I went on Etsy and found these porcelain enamel green. They say they're French, I don't know. They've got a lot of them, so I think they make them. Numbers. I got a 1 and a 0 because my address is 10 Division Street. And I was just looking at this, and these, you can see there was a 1 there and a 0 there. This is barely legible. But they put it on with, it looks like it was tin, but it was like maybe brass plated. I don't know. There's some brass coloring on it, but underneath you can see that it's tin. And they put it on with a roofing nail. So, I don't know. I don't know how big the numbers are. If they're big enough to cover those, then I'll just put them right on top. If not, I'm gonna have to see if I can get those off without, I don't want to damage the copper underneath. So I'll have to figure out what to do about that. Okay, so we got this guy here and just came in the mail. I was worried that I had the wrong size, but I think the way it feels, they're going to be big enough. All right. Number 10. So, went with the olive green because this door, which we have painted, this door, which we have primed, is also going to be like a dark industrial green. So I just thought it could match. So plus, I like the way they looked when I was scanning through Etsy. And I like the vintage font on the numbers and all that stuff. So I think they're going to be a pretty good fit. I was able to peel up the heads a little bit. I guess I just put them up there with one roofing nail. I hope it's not too long, but I think by bending that out a little bit, I can get a hold of it with this trusty old guy. So we'll see. Well, that's not working. Oh, I got one. But Bob was talking to me last time we were out here. I think it was when we were priming that door. He was saying that this is copper all the way around. Maybe we could buff that up and it'd look pretty great. And I removed that sign. And where'd it go? I'm trying to find it in the camera. Oh, there we go. Look at that. That copper is so shiny, it's almost pink. So I think you can see a little bit under there. That would probably shine up to a mirror finish, I guess. And now we can put our numbers up. So today's video is sponsored by Miss Georgia Davis. So she sent me a wonderful care package from our Amazon wish list, and it was lots of really cool stuff. I flew in on the airplane about a week ago and came here first thing in the morning, super jet lagged, and I was like, oh, I didn't get any coffee. And there was a pack of coffee pods in there, so it just saved my life. And then today we're running weed eaters, lawn mowers, all kinds of stuff. We need some mixed gas, and there was a 6-pack of this fuel mixture. So thank you, Miss Davis. You are the sponsor of today's video. Getting it from the roots. So Jake's pulling these stump so that they don't grow back, because you cut them and cut them, they just keep coming back, but we're getting permanently rid of them. He's yanking it from every direction.
Is it budging any?
Yeah, it's like the whole ground is raising, but it's... Woo! It wants to go. Oh, you almost got that one. Come on. It's ready to go. Oh, they're pulling a tooth. Reminds me of being at the dentist for some reason.
I wonder what would do that.
That'll slide off.
Oh no, that'll be.
Okay.
Pull out something right now.
Boy, she does not want to give up the ghost. God. Oh, that tiny little bit of root.
Oh, that was a lot tougher than that first one.
And look how much, there wasn't that much underground. I wonder if there's some concrete or something here.
Oh, we left the roof in there, so.
Oh yeah, this guy here. Yeah. Now we're switching to a different technology.
And hopefully it doesn't snap it off. Let's see. About a mile long. Just put that on.
Wow. Good riddance. Well, as it turns out, that copper is thicker and tougher than I thought. I think I need to pre-drill it because I don't have metal screws. This is one of the quickest, easiest, least time-consuming jobs that I think I've ever done, but oddly one of the most satisfying. So I can actually get my mail now. The package carriers will have no doubt that this is 10 Division Street. Yeah. Okay, I don't know if it's gonna do it.
You lost it!
I remember we had maps and we gave it back. Took it off the train there, I guess. Okay, so just went to the local tractor store and got a clevis. I'm just hoping that this thing will fit on it. Oh my gosh, look at that.
This was the maximum size they had too. That is one heck of a bar. But I think if I hit that with a sledgehammer, the paint peels off. It might go on. So. Oh.
Well, that's pretty crazy. I was not expecting that. In a previous video, we basically did the same job. That big Ford 5000 couldn't get back in there. So he's got that little garden tractor and somehow managed to get it in. And I guess he's just using that blade to scrape that out, which is really cool because then if we get that completely stripped out, kind of raised, I can just use a regular mower and go back there and mow, and hopefully it'll never come back. Okay, let's see if I can at least get it to stay on so I can tap it. I don't think it's gonna work. Oh, it did. Okay.
I have a feeling that this is going to vibrate that camera off, but we'll see how it goes. That is a tight fit. I can't believe that thing actually went on. So now the question is this pin gonna go through? Ugh. Well, I guess that is a success.
Okay, so here's a major stump, which I don't think I'm gonna be able to pull, but you never know until you try.
I mean, it's bigger around than both of my legs, so it's a beast.
Slapping on paint like I'm in a race. First coat's a disaster, but I'm keeping pace. Brown shoe building, you're looking deep, but this door's gonna get a new coat, no defeat. Coats on coats, this is paint mayhem. Every stroke's a mess, but I don't give a damn. Drip, drop, splatter, no turning back. Fumes in the air, I'm losing track. On the floor, paint's on my pants. I'm throwing it on like I'm doing a dance. Got it on my face, on my shoes, on my hands. If this door survives, it's got a second chance. Coats on coats, what's the worst that could happen? This door's getting painted and I'm just slapping. Brown shoes history, it's just in the past, but this door's getting pimped, these fumes are a blast. One more coat, I'll make it 4. Let it drip, let it spill, it's what I'm here for. Paint in my hair, pain in my eyes, can't smell a thing, I'm reaching new highs. Here's to the door, if I don't win. The brown shoes history, it's where I begin. It's chaos, it's wild, and it's finally done. This door's looking good from now till the next run.
Okay, so it kind of looks horrible because you can see the brush marks, and we had white primer on, so that's showing through. But I was kind of panicked for a minute, but then I kind of realized, well, I found an area on the door that was a little bit drier, and I repainted it like a second coat. And voila. Look how nice that square is right there. So I'm gonna give it a little bit of time to cure, to set, to dry, and then I'll go all over it again with a second coat, and it should be golden, or maybe green. Okay, so it's getting really cold, the sun's going down, and the first coat is not drying fast enough, as you can see there. Still wet for me to apply the second coat. So I think that's going to be about it for today. I'll give you an update when it's all completely done. I still have to paint the roof, and I'm going to go in with the razor blade and clean up the glass around the inside. So I would say it's a success. It's looking pretty good. Look at all that molding around the door. And I'm pretty happy with it. Okay, so I think it looks great. That's the current state of it as it is at the moment. I'm gonna have to do one more little touch-up coat. You can kind of see where the white primer is showing through just a little bit. And then I have to do that again, second coat on the top. But I think that gives you guys a good kind of a good view of what it looks like. The only thing that we have to do now is clean up the glass, go in with the razor blade, scrape that off, remove the hardware, including the door latches and those openers up there, and polish those up, make them look really nice. And then potentially, Bob said we could polish this copper up out here, and I think that would just make that a knockout entryway. So little by little, the place is coming along. Well, I guess not everyone can be a win. That thing is, I mean, see how thick that tire is? That's about the thickness of that stump. So the tractor was putting ruts trying to pull into the ground. So I guess that's a candidate for just chopping off the chainsaw. So I guess for now, I'll just make myself happy with yanking these guys out. I mean, these are trees that are about that big around. So the good thing is, once they're gone, they can't grow back if I get them out, roots and all. So it looks like chaos here, but that means things are really happening. That entire fence line has all been trimmed down. There are no overhangs, or what do they call those, dead men, widowmakers or whatever. All of that stuff was drooping over, and it would just scrape the top of all the vehicles. And Jake is like a superstar when it comes to chainsaws. And so we just went along this entire fence row and cut everything back. That entire section of the building is completely cleaned out all the way over there. These cars have got to go. I've been trying to contact the guy that owns them, but he's not taking calls and he won't come get them. So I don't know what to do with them. And we got most of that hill cleared out, and so just that little chunk right there. And darn it, this whole side of the building is looking great. We've got a couple piles of brush that are about the size of mountains. And man, real progress today.